Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Pressplay Podcast. I'm joined by my friend and investment team lead, Devang Mehta of Pressplay Capital. Welcome, Devang,
Glad to be here. Thanks, Vinith.
and happy holidays to all our listeners and Devang, you as well.
Likewise to you too.
So today we are essentially gathered to discuss the performance of the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, and I call it the full circle moment, and I'll explain how and why. Uh, but essentially, Devang, you went to Carnegie Mellon. You're wearing a Carnegie Mellon T-shirt. I'm not
That's
sure that
correct.
can be visible here, but you're a diehard CMU fan. But you're also a lifelong Steelers fan,
That is correct.
right? That's amazing. And now at Pressplay Capital, our first investment is AthleteAgent, which is co-founded by Aaron Rodgers, who's the current Steelers quarterback. Now, for the listeners and viewers who have not followed NFL, Aaron Rodgers is currently, I think, the oldest quarterback playing this NFL. If not the oldest, one of the oldest.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, and did you ever imagine that your fandom, your education, and then the investing world would collide?
Uh, yes and no. I think sports tech is growing by leaps and bounds. So I'd assume at some point there'd be some intersection between my passion for sports and my love for investing. Yes, I did go to Carnegie Mellon 2003 to 5. I was a student at the Tepper School of Business doing a full-time MBA. And that was a great time, I guess, to become a Steelers fan because it was 2004 with Roethlisberger's rookie season. And he
Right.
played 18 seasons after that. So his first season itself as a rookie, he went 15 and 1. And Steelers topped the AFC. Went on, I believe, all the way to the divisional round before losing. So in general, it was a great time because the Steelers were doing really well. And next year they won the Super Bowl. 2005
Ah,
season, 2005-6 season, Super Bowl was in Feb of '06. They beat Seattle to win the Super Bowl. So, you know, during CMU and decades after that, I've just been following them with a lot of passion and excitement every season. Even after moving back to India in 2016, the games are late night or very early in the morning, but that doesn't deter me from following my team and enjoying their numerous achievements. And Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I think he was the oldest quarterback in the league till recently. I mean, just 1 week ago, Philip Rivers made a miraculous comeback
ah,
to play for the Colts because their starting quarterback got injured. So, I mean, technically he's one of the oldest. But anyways, he is a legend by himself. We all know
yeah, yeah.
all those years and decades of Green Bay and then to the Steelers. So it's a highly romanticized story and not romanticized in a good way because he's had a long-standing relationship with Tomlin, and the Steelers, as we know, are big believers in longevity. The Rooney family has owned the franchise uh, since many decades. Uh, Head coach Mike Tomlin is the longest tenured coach in the NFL, 19 seasons and counting.
Oh, wow.
Roethlisberger himself, like I said, played for 18 years. So many players didn't shift allegiances in spite of, I guess, receiving offers from other teams. Heinz
No,
Ward, James Harrison, many, and so it's a great. It's clearly the most storied franchise in the NFL, and one whose fans are very loyal across decades, across geographies, across uh, phases of their life. So yeah, that sums up my my loyalty and excitement with the Steelers.
that's amazing, man. I mean, for someone who's based in India and to follow NFL teams so closely for so long, that's amazing. That's kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. The games in September start at 10:30. Most games start at 10:30. p.m. IST and go until 1:30, which is a bit hard enough. And then after daylight savings, they go until 2:30 in the morning. So
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. No,
starting
that's
October,
crazy.
November.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is inspiring for anyone, whether you're a sports person or not. Just his story and his it's a study in longevity and
Yes.
and reinvention, and of course, performance under pressure. I mean, um, in many ways, it teaches us as investors at Pressplay Capital that it's also about the individual in many ways. You back a team, right? You back the founding team, you back the uh, entrepreneur, as they say
Right.
initially. So that's the big learning, at least for me, in terms of Aaron Rodgers and the way he has carried himself.
Right. I think he epitomizes a lot of things that are applicable both to the sports world and to startups. You know, patience, perseverance, a stoic temperament, complete focus on the task at hand, a great collaborative temperament liked by everyone. He has both strategic vision as well as tactical brilliance, and a lot of other traits that apply to founders every single minute of their existence. So,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, No, that's absolutely right. And I think when we got the opportunity with Athlete Agent, I mean, he's also an entrepreneur, which is insane to think that he's continuing to play professional, high grade football, American football in the US, and he has all these other ventures going on. He's got I think it's called RX3 Ventures, which is his investment arm, and he's also a co-founder. He was a co-founder of Athlete Agent, and then Ryan Rotman and team took over. But Athlete Agent is positioning itself as the IMDb of sports. And then I guess this is a general question, but having someone like Aaron Rodgers as a co-founder, that just, I'm sure, adds enormous validation to not only us as investors but also as other stakeholders and customers.
yeah, I mean, I don't think you can ask for a better founder for a company like Athlete Agent.
Mm.
He brings enormous sports pedigree. It's unquestioned what he has achieved in the NFL and over decades of playing in MVP level seasons year in and year out. Uh, as we speak, he's leading the Steelers to a playoff run. They're 9-6 as of this minute, on top of the AFC North and primed to win the AFC North to make the playoffs yet again, and this time as a home team. We'll be hosting a wildcard team. The last few
Mhm.
seasons we've made the playoffs, but it's been a bit dismal because we've always been a wildcard team, and being the team that is traveling to some other team and losing last 4 or 5 years. So while the seasons have been impressive, the playoff run has been a bit dismal. But it looks like Aaron is turning things around with and his with a lot of superlative play at the offense, right? Connecting with Metcalf and
Yeah.
tight ends, Daniel Washington, Frymouth, and then the running backs are doing really well because because of the long passes, the field gets stretched so that running backs have more room to run. So he's doing what he can. In When I say when he can, he's doing what his brilliance allows him to do, is to win games, sometimes single-handedly. And again, of course, a lot of those skills translate to the sports world. He brings to Athlete Agent enormous understanding of NFL and sports in general, right? The sports world, and then the business aspects of it, both the ability to connect with investors in the sports tech world, to bring in capital, to bring in connections, to bring in an understanding of the more business side of the world in terms of endorsements and marketing dynamics of athletes and how
Yeah.
they relate to brands and marketers. So I think you can't ask for a better set of skills to the founding team of Athlete Agent.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, I mean, wishing them the best in the new year as well. Um, And then, I think you spoke about the Steelers. It's important to highlight to those folks, maybe in India or otherwise, who have not followed the team as closely as you have for sure. I'm also inspired by the way you have, followed your favorite team. I mean, for me, it's the Texas Longhorns in the NCAA. But as far as the Steelers go, they are probably, I mean, arguably the most storied and the most storied franchise in the NFL.
Yes,
And they come with this temperament and stability and culture, which is around long term thinking. And as
right.
that's my other big inspiration around from at Pressplay Capital and as an investor, is that the long term thinking, the culture that they've created is amazing.
It is. It is one of the most storied franchises. They have the most number of rings, 6 rings, 6 championship rings, tied with the Patriots. For the longest time, they were alone at the top. There were teams with 4 and 5 for a very long time. Patriots, 49ers. So Steelers, from the legacy of the 70s, and two championships under Roethlisberger and Tomlin. Most loyal fan base across the U.S. and the world. There are many games that we watch on TV that the Steelers are technically traveling to another city, but if you look at the stands in the stadium, it's at least 40% Steelers. In some cases even 60%. So
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah. So a so-called away game, quote unquote away game, feels like a home game, just because the fans travel so well across the US to all the stadiums and
Like
Europe
the
also
it's
now.
like the Indian cricket team in many ways.